Is it worth it working for the United States Postal Service? As a former CCA, I'm going to give you pros and cons on working for the post office. Number one, it's a great exercise. Working there, I lost about 40 pounds just working there. Like, it was crazy. It's a lot of walking, it's a lot of traveling. You get a good workout in. And with that, you're shedding pounds. Like, I was working so many hours, I didn't even know I was losing weight. Someone had to say it to me. And it was a couple of people that would come to me every day. They were like, Jacob, you're losing weight. And I haven't noticed. And the number two pro, the pay's pretty good. You get overtime. When I worked there, the hourly was $19.33 an hour. Pretty okay money, especially when you get that time and a half. When you're doing it that time and a half, that's really like, you get that more in peak season or someone takes a vacation. So, with that, man, the opportunity to get in hours is a great thing. Another pro is a career, the overall career. If you don't like being a mail carrier, you can do something else. You can go to the mail room. You can be a maintenance person. You can work in a lot of the field. A manager at the post office with the right training and stuff. And you can get a lot of money working there because you can have, there's a thing that they have that you can get in on some stock. And there's a few people that were mail carriers and people that worked in the post office that made millions working there because of the stock opportunity. So there's a pretty good amount of pros of being a mail carrier when it comes to that. A con is very draining. With the long hours, and you can be there from 8 to 8. Like, if you like working, cool. But my old schedule, I will work Monday off, Tuesday, then work the rest of the week. Especially in peak season, when we had to get the extra day on a Sunday because of the Amazon products that had to be gone out when peak season arrived. Another con, depending on the office, there's some lack of accountability. I remember I had to get a new badge, and I had a manager that called me. It was like, hey, you can get a badge this day. It just happened to be on Monday. With that being on a Monday, which Monday, everybody that works in the post office know that's the most mail that you get on a Monday. So, with that, I said to her, hey, that's our most busiest day. I can do it another day. She was adamant about Monday. I went down there, got the ID. Got the badge. She called me and said what I was doing there. I was doing what you told me to do. And, the kicker, she gave me off that day. Then she was like, hey, you're going to have to come to work on Monday. lack of accountability from that part and that standpoint. I just worked the day, got my head down, did what I had to do. But man, the lack of accountability by some managers, I think it's more in the post office than a lot of other jobs. But it is what it is. The money's the money. You can get your career. You can do what you gotta do. Another con that it can be stressful, man. Especially with the Amazon packages, man. You might have a 70-pounder on you. You might be on a truck, and when you're on the truck, some reason or another, the mail flips over because you hit a bump, and all the mail's all over the floor, and you gotta organize it again. Like stuff like that happens. It can be very stressful. I give Postal Service this as a CCA. They always there's a little app that they got that they show, like if there's like dogs in the area and stuff like that, and how far they're away. So that's a plus on that side. And man, it can be stressful. It definitely can, man. A lot of people get burned out doing this. Just if you get burned out easy on the job, I don't think you should do it. But it's your decision. There's other opportunities. You can start off as AmeriCarrier, CCA, and then if you want to be something else, if you want to play the long game, play that game. Another thing that's a positive though, as a CCA, as a mail carrier, from my experience, especially in the summertime, a lot of people will come up to you and give you some water. I will have like 5, 6 jugs of water, especially in the summer, a day when it comes to when it comes to the route that I'm doing, because I'm there from basically 8 to 8. So with that, people will come over and be like, "Hey, you want to drink of water?" and probably give you a little bit of snacks here and there, and it kind of makes the day kind of go faster, because you see the human of the kindness of people when they do that. Like it's good to have those interactions instead of like the negative interaction that you might have in the everyday life. But you see it, and there's a lot of good people out there. And there were people that worked in the post office that actually worked for the post office who were like not postal workers anymore. That will actually be like, "Hey man, you need a bag? You need another carrier bag? Do you need some they'll basically give you the clothes for the the winter when it gets like real cold outside, and they just help you out with that, man. Like once you work in the post office, man, it's like kind of like a community a little bit. Like you pay it forward, and you get how, especially working there, how stressful the job can be, how like taxing on the body that can be, that you can have on the body. So it's good to have that camaraderie at times, man. But man, with that, there is a lot of burnout, man. The burnout part is real. Definitely real. There's a little thing in the post office actually. Like if you're, let's say, some reason or another, you gotta come back and get another packages and mail on a route. if you go back, you don't get paid when you're loading up on that one. You don't get paid. I don't know why the union agreed to it. I don't know how it is now because it's been a while. Maybe they changed it, but at my time, you didn't get paid for that. But like, man, working at the post office, man, I had some of my biggest checks working there, man. And like, I felt drained. I felt the burnout. I felt the stress of the job. You know, it felt like when I was trying to be helpful, it didn't go in my favor. So much so that I was just cruising, just doing just enough. Like the post office can make you have kind of like a different personality at times. And, you know, stressful job, but you do get a good workout in. I hope this video helped y'all make a decision if you're going to be working for the Postal Service as a new mail carrier or not, man. There's some pros, there's some cons, but what do y'all think, man? Would you be in the Postal Service? Would you be a start out as a CCA or RCA? RCA, the rural carrier, I think assistant, they make a little bit more. They make it like 31 when I worked there. But you get less hours. It is like a set route. The route is set. You might be there for like 4 to 6 hours. And then you're done. But it is what it is, man. But it's your boy, J God. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Red button on the right side. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hype the video. And my closing statement. Let's own something.